Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to the third annual Len Sbitney Memorial Tournament. We've got Eric Vargas playing Cass Burns. I will be your host for this match, Ryan Murray. I want to thank everyone for tuning in. This is going to be an awesome day of pool. We have a ton of monsters left on the A side, and obviously we got a few on the B side. They are going to be tough matches today. Looks like Eric has won the break. This is an A-side match, so it will be race to 9 ball, alternate break. And we are playing the 3-ball rule, so there'll be no soft breaking. Any ball down counts as a ball across the head string, and you must get 3 of them across the head string. Nice break by Eric there. He doesn't really have a look at the 1 ball. Might be able to see the edge of it and put that cue ball up kind of up table behind the 7, maybe bring the 1 ball across. If not, probably look to see him play a push out. Just looking now where he would like to push on the table if that's what's going to happen. Don't want to give either of these players playing this match an open look at anything, that's for sure. Both these guys will put you in a hurt locker. Yeah, he was able to see the top of the 1 ball. I don't think he's got the safety, but certainly hasn't left it easy. Not sure if the 1 ball passes the 6. I do believe it passes down to the corner, but he's got to negotiate which path the cue ball takes after making contact with the 1. The 9 and the 3 are huge there. So he may look to just kind of feather off one of them, leave himself a look at the 2 ball. If he goes for the shot, he may just play safe here as well. There's a pretty easy, safe containing shot. You just kind of push the 1 ball over to the long rail, kind of behind the 6 there. That's a good little shot. Brought the cue ball back up table and played the 1 ball 2 rails around the 6. And the 7 ball has taken away the kick safety. So we're probably going to see Eric go to the air here. Could just go 1 rail as well and kick at it. Two rails in behind it and holds the cue ball beautifully. Look at this. Wow, what a shot. And that looks like it's welded to the back of that 3 ball. Cass knows he has to hit this 1 ball. The last thing you want to do is give a 737 ball in hand. He's going to jack up a little bit just to kind of swerve it around the 3 a hair. Oh, and he just misses the high side of the 1. So, mission accomplished for Mr. Vargas. Ball in hand with a wide open table. Leaves himself a nice angle just to stun back out for the 3 ball. Doesn't have to do a whole heck of a lot here, just a little bit of draw stun. Come back out to not quite center table. He overran it a bit, but he's perfect. Four balls sitting pretty over the upper corner pocket there. I really like Eric's nice, controlled, smooth stroke. He really does move the cue ball around the table effortlessly. It's awesome to watch. He's come around the world here, 3 rails, out for the 5. I think that went a little longer than he anticipated. These tables are pretty slick here at Leather Pockets. But he has left himself a really nice angle. Doesn't have to do a lot with the cue ball, just straight bottoms, and it should draw back a little bit to center table and just kind of stun over. Leave himself a good angle to get from the 6 to the 7. I don't think he'll power up here and go off the opposite long rail. Don't really have to. And you can't really follow forward because that 7 ball is huge. Oh, it wiped its feet going in, but mission accomplished. And he has left himself a perfect angle on the 6 ball just to stun through it and come back up table. Could draw off it as well if he feels like drawing the ball. But yeah, I like that as well. And like I said, that's what happens when you give a gentleman with a 737 Fargo an open table with ball in hand. 9 times out of 10, it's not going to work out too well for you. Oh, he came up way short of the mark there. He's still very, very makeable shot, but certainly not as easy as he would have liked it. I think he might have got a little bit more spin on the ball than he anticipated when he played the inside English to come straight back down. Again, it's a shot he's made 100,000 times, or had 100,000 times, but it is missable. He's given it a good study. As you can see, he's hitting the cue ball with a little right-hand English just to make sure that, you know, if you hit that ball straight, the cue ball can come straight back up table and scratch in that upper left corner. So just put a little bit of English on it, catches the second rail, takes away the scratch, and he hit that ball perfectly. So I should check out the chat here and see. There we go. Almost forgot to open up my phone. There's the man himself. That's the man I was waiting for.
A little late?
Little late.
Better late than never.
Yeah, Mr. Zemp must have slept in, but he is here now. I'm just going to volume off for 1 second. We'll be right back.
we are back at it.
Yes, indeed. Watched some of the matches last night. It was crazy, man. Awesome pool.
Yeah, I think it's just going to get better and better and better as we kind of move through. To be honest. And how's Mr. Murray?
Mr. Murray's great. How's Mr. Zemp?
Well, a little late. Couldn't find my keys, and finally found those, and went to Tim's and forgot my wallet.
Oh, perfect.
It's one of those mornings.
Good start.
Yeah,
good start to a Saturday.
Great start to the day, and now I'm glad I get to kind of just sit here and just talk about what I see.
And I didn't mark it because you came in, but Mr. Vargas is up 1-0.
I gotcha. I can handle that task. Don't ask me to do anything else this morning.
All right, yeah.
But I can handle that task. And how's all the viewers doing this morning? It is Saturday, full day of pool here for the 3rd annual Len Sbitney Memorial. Going to be a lot of pool.
Yeah, it's going to be a long one.
It is.
But a good one.
Lots of action. Some on the A side on the 9-foot, some on the B side on the 7-foot. So you'll get a little bit of 9-ball action, some 8-ball action. Things happening all over the place.
Yeah, and anyone that thought, well, you go to the B side, you'll have a little easier time. Not true. After some of the matchups last night, I can't believe some of the players that are playing on the bar box today. And I feel very sorry for anyone that has to play them.
Well, I am on the B side, and that would involve somebody like me. So you can tell how my day started and how that's going to go for the rest of the day.
There you go, yeah.
But that's all right.
Well, why mess up a perfect day? Started off
right.
losing keys.
That's it.
Couldn't find my wallet.
Yeah.
I think I left my game at home, too.
Oh, I may as well have. I think I left my cues here, so I think that part was good.
All right. Well,
otherwise, I would have forgot those two.
Cass just going to slide over here from this 8-ball.
Indeed.
Play the 9-ball in the same corner.
Great matchup to start the morning. Eric Vargas, Kaz Burns.
Right.
No strangers to each other. This could be battle royale. They've slugfest back and forth.
Yeah, and they've teed off a few times against each other. And Cass I was talking to him before the match started, and he's, fairly confident. He's like, I know Eric's game. I played him a lot of times. I just got to do me and
that's it.
See if I can get through it.
Kaz plays, he plays some sporty pool. No question about it. Tie ball game, 1 apiece. And of course, and as always, if you can help us out and give that share button a little love, let's get some viewers. We got a barn burner starting us off.
Right. It'll be one after another, too.
And I've still got my sunglasses on. Isn't that good? It's all right. It helps with the glare. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
I won't argue with you.
Nope.
I like that they brought in the rule, the 3-ball above the head string rule for this, so no soft breaking.
Rule.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah. I agree.
Because I think the last one we didn't do magic rack, and we had some guys that would take, like 4 minutes to rack them up because they're trying to get it so perfect. This one is just, lock and load and fire,
That's it. And I wonder if that carries over to the 8-ball.
I never even asked.
It's a good question. Although most players in 8-ball smash the rack.
Yeah.
Mr. Wilson doing us the favor. Thank you, sir. We will pin that up. There is the link to the draws should you want to follow your favorite player around. Keep tabs on everybody.
All right, come up dry there.
Was that a legal break? Nothing down. Did 2 more balls go past the head string and out?
I'm not 100% sure. I'm pretty sure the 5 and the 2 did.
I'm going to watch right here. The 2 and the 5. That's
just the 2 and the 5, yeah.
It's an illegal break.
So, control would have passed anyway.
Yep.
Kaz just pushing out. Just pushing out.
Well, he's left Eric, the Alex Pagulayan kick and stick.
Yeah, and it didn't work out for him so well last time. He did the same thing, and Eric went 2 rails into the 1 ball and welded him to the back of the 3. It was almost very similar layout. So.
Yeah, you can't really let Eric have a decent hit and stick here.
Eric is a student of all games of pool, so he moves that rock around very nicely.
Yeah, he sure does. This might work out well.
Yeah.
Although, Cass is a jumper. And with the 1 being that close to the hole, there is a potential. Oh, sorry, it's Eric.
Oh, it is Eric.
It was Kaz that
tried the kick and stick.
The kick and stick.
Okay.
I had it reversed.
They do look like twins, though.
They do.
In all
fairness.
And I mean that by like as much as Danny DeVito and Arnold Schwarzenegger look like twins.
Well, they got away with it with that movie. Pretty decent movie.
It was for its time. Oh, look at that. Flukes the 5 ball.
Wow, and very lucky because that 1 ball is wide open.
Yeah, and Peace got nothing tied up here.
No.
Welcome to the
6 to the 7 could be a little tricky, but I think Eric's skilled enough that shouldn't pose too many problems.
The wonderful world of 9 ball. Sometimes a hit and hope is all you need. Just going to come back straight up the middle of the table here.
Yeah, into the side. Nicely done. Nice touch draw for the 3 to the bottom left.
Yeah. He wants to come a little low on that 3 ball just to take away running into the 9 ball when he shoots the 3.
Yeah, he could go up to the left side as well.
Exactly.
Right? Put the 2 into the right. Just depends on his angle.
I like how Eric takes his time, even if it's an easy shot. I mean, this ball is one that, I mean, you hit 1 billion times in your life, but he still gives it the respect it needs, you know, and make sure you get into the right spot for the 3 ball.
Well, I think part of that comes from obviously respecting his opponent because he knows the caliber of Kaz Burns.
Yeah. So I say either one of these guys, you miss, you're in a hurt locker.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't think he actually has to do much. He might just stun through this.
Yeah, I think so too.
Oh, he drew it back up for the side.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, it puts him in decent position. I think he's a little on the wrong side of the angle on the 4 to get ideal on the 6. Or sorry, to get onto the 6 and then position onto the 7.
That's why I try not to play those draw shots because I always come up short and then I got to go 3 rails around or something or do something crazy with the cue ball. So
yeah. So he may take a little bit of a longer shot, but I think he's ideally with that angle wants to be pretty welded to the rail unless he goes across this way.
Yeah, see, he must have had more angle than we thought
for
to
sure.
have to go around the table like that.
For sure, he came well short. Right, I thought he would have just played that 4 ball, kind of hung around that left side pocket, made the 6 to the bottom right, and it's pretty decent to get you shape on the 7.
Yeah, and now
this is a little touchy.
Yeah, because he's going to have to thump this to get the cue ball back over for the 7, and I mean.
Yeah, and anytime you're doing this, right, you've got to do a lot of work, not only potting the ball, but trying to play shape.
Like he's hitting a high ball probably around 2 o'clock right now.
Yeah. Of course, just perfect.
Yeah, what a stroke.
Perfect works, but still not over, right? He's going to need to either go forward a couple of rails with some inside or draw back up table.
He's got a bit of
on the high side of 8.
Yeah, I was going to say he's got a bit of a funny angle to get to the high side. He's going to have to go back and forth.
Yeah, you might see him really dig into this, right, and go all the way up table.
Yeah.
Off 2 rails, kind of come back in line with the 8.
Anytime you're junking the ball that much, though, you know these corner pockets do not like that.
It is true. The challenge of the diamond table.
They play so good.
They do. Really curious to see how those New Brunswick play.
Yeah, I was.
There's prime example
yeah,
of what you were talking.
exactly. As soon as you junk it with bottoms, corners spit them out.
Yeah, well, and he came up well short on that 8 ball as well.
Yeah, it's funny you mentioned that. My friend Assad, he's out of the Carolinas there. He was over at the Billiard Expo and he was sending me pictures of all the cues. And I got to see, he showed me some video of the boys playing on the new Brunswick 7. Man, is it a nice looking table.
Yeah.
Especially in white. I really like it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I think they've done all. And
I love the gold crown.
Let's be honest with Brunswick. They've certainly got the history behind them of quality products.
That was
135 years or something like that.
Yeah, and I mean every pro event, up until pretty much diamonds came out was played on gold crowns.
Yeah. Kaz Burns playing cleanup after Eric doing all the hard work. And how often do you see that? Hey, you do all the hard work.
Right.
And then right at the end when everything seems to be duck soup.
Yeah, the wheels fall off.
Yeah.
This game is so ridiculous. I mean, the swings, the violent swings in 9-ball are just off the charts.
Yeah.
You can be up 9-2 in a race to 10 and lose.
Yeah, I've seen it happen.
100%, man.
I've seen Ben Francis, and that was in Red Deer. Came back from 8-1 in a race to 9.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Twice, I might add. One of them against one of the players we're watching.
Oh, okay.
Eric Vargas.
Oh, really, eh?
Yeah.
Wow.
Down 8-1 to Eric Vargas, race to 9, comes back to win.
That is awesome. I mean...
Yeah, and it's surprising how physical this game is. So I haven't played since Spokane Open. And then prior to the Spokane Open was another 4 or 5 months. So I've played like twice in a year. Today or yesterday being one of them. And I tell you, I woke up this morning, I felt like I got hit by a truck.
And that has nothing to do with age, so no comments about that out there. He's not that old. No, it is a grueling game. And I mean, it's not just on your body, it's completely mental, too.
Oh, I'll tell you, I went home, I hit the pillow, and I was out like
Gone.
a light.
Gone.
Oh, David's correcting me. It was 8-2, not 8-1. Even still, against a player like Eric, that is no small feat.
Yeah, I probably will. I can dream about accomplishing something like that. But
Yeah, you and me both.
Eric's so good, even if I dreamt about beating him, I'd still come up 2 racks shy,
right.
you know.
Yeah. Well, unsuccessful attempt at a safety there. We're seeing a little bit of weight control issues early on here from Eric, but I'm sure he'll get that under wraps. It's early mornings yet.
Not a whole heck of a lot for Cass, even if he made the 1 ball.
Yeah, I mean, getting back down to the 2 is always going to be a challenge there. And even for Eric here, right? You can pot the 1 into that top right and potentially kind of go down, ideally beside the 2 and then behind to have the 2 to the top left. But, I mean, you're not asking for much, right?
Yeah. I mean, he can even run into the 9. That would be fine if he brings it back that side. But I don't see a lot of value. I think we would put him behind the 3 here.
Oh, he whiffed on it.
Did he ever? Yeah, I thought we might see him just push or like pop the outside of the 3 down table or the 1 ball down table and just kind of roll up behind the 3 there. But
well, I mean, you had the perfect angle and shot to kind of push that 1 ball off 2 rails back down in behind the 2 so that they're in proximity.
Yeah.
Right. This 1 being at the top of the table, 2 being at the bottom, makes for a tough start on this rack.
Yeah, I'm not even sure Cass is going to take this on either. It looks like he's lined up to fire, but
taking it on. Let's see what he does with the 2.
I honestly don't hate just rolling the 2 past the 9 and go right between the 9 and the rail. Just glue him right back there if he's got the angle.
Leave the cue ball behind the 9. Touchy shot from that distance, but these players are at this caliber certainly have the capacity for it.
Because I don't think that 2 passes the 9 to combo the 6.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
I think the 9 is the Great Wall of China there.
Oh, how about a little one pocket shot there?
Just a little cross bank. That's all.
Yeah. Wow, fantastic shot.
Still not done digging himself out of the trenches yet. That 7 makes it really, really tough to ideally put some left-hand spin on that. Go 2 or 3 rails in behind for the 4 to the top right. So you may have to play this with a little inside. Right, try to come underneath all the way back down table.
Yeah.
Put the 4 in the same pocket.
And you certainly don't want to. It's tough because if you just roll this one in, I mean that 5 ball's huge. Or if you come up short, you're going around the table, and there's still a lot of debris out there. So, worst case scenario.
Tries to avoid the 7.
Yep.
Goes into the side.
Absolute worst case scenario there.
Yep. That's going to leave a mark. Eric will play a little cleanup. A roll reversal from the prior rack. Straight back across the table for the 5 to the bottom right. And a little bit of up and down from there, right? 6 to the 7. 7 back down for the 8. But
yeah, there is a lot of traveling going to be done in this rack. But
might have overhit this.
It looks like he did. Still
by
okay.
A long shot.
Still okay, but
yeah, he's got that nice little finessey type of stroke. He'll be able to kind of kill this cue ball. A little bit of bottom right hand, but certainly not where he was kind of hoping for that cue ball to end up.
This is a testy little shot here.
Yeah, because I mean, using the rest and the whole works.
And he's got to put extra on it so that he doesn't go into the 6 ball.
Yeah, well, he's got to stay above the 6.
Right.
Right, depending on the angle, right? You could chop this in with a little bit of bottom right, and just that nice short pop little stroke, check in to that left side rail underneath the 9 ball.
Yeah,
he's going to go forward here.
It looks like he's hitting it with a lot of insides. I think he wants to come straight back up on the line where his 5 is.
That can bring the 9 ball in so easy.
Yeah, oh, he hit it real good.
Yeah, he did.
Check that up nicely.
No, score's correct, Derek. 2-1. Had a short rack on the last rack. Or I won't say a short rack, but
yeah, I think
Eric did all the hard work and then gave it up to Kaz.
Oh, are we going to see another one?
Look out.
I'm so surprised he went with draw on that and didn't just go around the world there, because the 8 ball wouldn't have been a factor.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. That's that flirtatious kind of touchy stroke Eric's got. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't.
And I mean, from down that deep in the corner, you were asking a lot of the spin on that cue ball to get past the side.
Completely. He made the gesture like the table rolled a little bit, but we haven't seen that.
No.
I don't think that was the case. Perhaps the spin that he put on the cue ball kind of took a little bit on the cloth, but certainly not the table.
Cass won't mind at all.
No. Same as last rack.
Yeah,
Right? Rinse and repeat, as they say.
that's right. He gave him the 7 out last time, too. Has he done it again?
Uh-oh. No, he's beyond it.
Wow.
Wow. Wow is right.
These
Getting
guys are
awfully
flirting with disaster.
Tempting fate. Eric won't be happy with that at all. He knows he's given up 2 here. It should be 3-1 the other way.
This is a crazy game, this 9-ball.
Yeah. It's really a love-hate game.
Yeah.
Out of all of the games, 8-ball, 9-ball, 10-ball, 9-ball has to be the one to love to hate.
One of the worst, best games ever.
That's right. Right, I mean, 8-ball, pretty steady Eddie. I think, it can be frustrating, but I think it's loved more by most.
Yeah. Well, it's such a fast game, and it's so exciting.
Yeah.
To watch when 2 really good players are playing 9-ball.
Yeah. And then 10-ball is a little bit more strategic. Checkers versus chess in that regard. I know it's.
I would agree.
The only difference is 1 ball, right? You're going from 9 balls to 10 balls, and then a few nuanced rule differences, but
the dynamic of the game is
so
different.
Completely changes.
Yeah, the break, everything. It's amazing what 1 extra ball does.
Yeah.
Well, we got a legal break, but nothing down. That's the second time Eric's come up dry on his break.
Yeah. Well, I think he probably put a little bit more oomph into that one. Just let a little bit of that frustration level out a bit.
Yep, and that's what I was saying, why I like this magic rack with the 3 points or 3 balls above the head string, because the players are hitting it harder than they usually do when
I agree.
Because they medium to soft break when they're in here practicing so that they get a look at the 1 and make that wing ball.
Yeah.
But as soon as you got to power it up,
Things
changes
change.
everything. Yes, indeedy. They actually changed the whole game around when Corey Dool mastered the soft break.
Yeah. You want to talk a student of the game, right? If ever there was a student of the game, that is definitely Corey Dool. The man
For
studied
sure.
the rack like nobody else.
I would agree.
In
100%.
all disciplines.
Oh, yeah,
8-ball,
100%.
9-ball, 10-ball. He kind of figured it out.
So they actually had to change the rules of pool because of how much he had figured it out. That's crazy, man.
Yeah.
He's in a bit of a trouble shot here, hampered queuing over the 6-ball.
Yeah, that's never fun, especially from distance. He's got about 7 feet. 7 feet off angle, kind of hampered. Position on the 3 is a little challenging.
Like you're gonna have to put a stroke on this ball to come back across without running into that.
Yeah. Oh, how well does he hit it?
Yeah, just like it's a hanger.
Like butter. Like butter.
And Cass just points out, he's like, "Did you see that?" He's actually just showing the rack, but it looked like he was like, "Did you see that? I didn't see it. Did it go in?"
Yeah, that was he made such a difficult shot look really easy.
Right.
And nothing to do here. Pot the 3, come back across. 4 goes to the top left. 4 to the 5. Could be a little tricky depending on his angle.
Yeah, he came up perfect. Cass got the speed of the table down.
Yeah, his position play and pattern play has been just a little bit better, I think, than Eric coming out of the chute.
Now, I'm not going to say anything bad about Eric here because
No,
he's my
definitely
boy.
not.
But the big difference is Cass got here and was drinking his tea in the parking lot before the doors even opened,
There
and
you
he's
go.
been on the table. Eric showed up 4 minutes before the match started.
There you go.
And hit 5 balls.
Yeah.
A big difference.
Yep. And it's funny. I was thinking about this last night. Where what is the difference between the Calgary pool scene and anywhere else, right? And Ben and I kind of mentioned it a little bit yesterday on the stream that him and I, we've traveled all over Canada, all over the United States, and what is it about the Calgary pool scene? And it's exactly that. There are a lot of pool scenes out there that have a lot of players who just show up.
Yep.
That isn't what happens here. People don't just show up.
No.
Right? You look at Nick Kruger has been here all week preparing for this event.
100%. I was actually going to touch on that. I came down here a couple of times just I can't get enough of the tuna sandwich for some reason. So even when I'm working, I'll still stop in here for lunch. It's amazing.
Yeah.
But anyway, like, there wasn't a 9-foot to be had.
Nope.
Like, you know, it's 11 o'clock in the morning and there's a waiting list for the 9-foots. All the boys are down here prepping for this event.
Yeah.
That's how much it means to them.
Yeah.
And we are playing for, you know, a local legend around here as well,
Yeah.
Mr. Len Sbitney. I mean, what a guy he was.
Yeah, founder of Leather Pocket, and you know, I mentioned yesterday, and have to do this. Look at this 7 ball is the stick ball
Yeah,
for both
apparently.
these players, right?
Apparently.
But Len was the founder of Leather Pocket. He's who this event is for, and a lot of credit needs to be given to his daughter. She took it over, and believe me, it was not the best scenario.
Oh,
it was
yeah.
not the best case
Yep.
for her, and
Well,
she kind of dug
Sonia-
down, and
Sonia has worked magic.
she has. And then, you know, partnering with Jim Jutsey, and, you know, Jim doing what Jim does,
Yep.
right? And it's just kind of been grown, and it's been amazing.
And thank God wow. I was going to say, thank God we have Leather Pocket to play at still.
Yeah,
'Cause it was
because
looking a
could've-
little grim there for a
It
minute.
could have definitely went the other way.
Yep. And I don't know what Eric had for breakfast, but it ain't working.
Yeah. Well, I mean, again, right? It's the difference of showing up and hitting some balls,
Yep.
getting some table time in before the match, and showing up 4 minutes before.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? I mean, Eric, listen, I love you, man. You're one of the greats. But to show up 4 minutes before,
Especially when
that's,
you're playing another big player.
yeah, I mean, you're asking a lot of yourself. You're putting, in my opinion, unnecessary pressure on yourself. Now, that being said, that is truly how Eric does it.
Yeah, he's always done
Right? It doesn't matter what the event is. He'll show up 4 minutes before, and that's it.
Yeah, we were chuckling outside and said, "Holy smokes, 4 minutes! Man, this is the earliest I've ever seen him."
I know,
You know?
right? Yep. But that's definitely the way Eric rolls. Oof.
Oh yeah. But you are right. It's been the 7 ball. That's the only ball they've missed.
Yeah. It seems to be that mental thing, and it happens a lot in rotation, right? Where because those balls, you know, you're going from 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, and you're going through the numbers. There seems to be some where you get stuck on a certain ball.
That is true. That is true.
Yeah. Because now you're thinking, oh, I'm getting to the 6th ball. I've missed this 3 times. I can't miss it. And then sure as you know what,
Yeah.
you end up missing it.
Yeah.
And
no,
it's this
crazy.
mental block trying to cross that hurdle. Right? So the fix to that, it's a little bit of a psychological trick. That in your practice, run them backwards. Go from 9 to 1 and try to not assign any more significance to one ball over the other. It's just another ball. You're not going from the 1 to the 2 to the 3, right?
Yeah.
Don't count that out. Try to go by color.
That's good advice. That's a good,
Right? It
good
just
little trick.
takes that mental edge and pushes it away.
Well, like I said, years and years ago, I got the privilege of goofing around with Earl Strickland down at Steinway.
Mm-hmm.
And I noticed in one of his warm-ups, I mean, he was doing some drills, and then he was just putting the 9 ball like on the table and then stroking the 9 ball into the side, into the corner. And I was thinking, like, what the heck is he doing? Like, that's the easiest shot in the world.
Visualize.
And that's what, when I asked him, he said, I'm practicing not missing.
Yes.
You know, when I'm getting ready for a tournament, just practice hitting the ball and not miss it, because he's like, missing can become a habit as well, right?
Absolutely.
So I was like, well, that makes sense. So you
Yep.
just mentally visualizing, I make the 9 ball from anywhere,
That's it.
you know?
Yep.
I thought
You
that
get
was pretty
yourself
cool.
into the mental state of making balls and visually see yourself making balls.
Yeah.
Right?
I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, Yeah, well, that, I mean, believe me, that genius thing didn't come from me. It came from John Schmidt.
Well, there you go. Another insane player of the game.
Yeah, and I mean, you want to talk a wealth of knowledge.
Yeah.
Holy man. And his presentation, right, is the guy is as funny a man as you'll ever meet.
Yeah. I can't believe it's been like 2 years since he was here already.
I know.
You know what I mean? It's time. Where did time going?
Yeah.
That's the greatest thing about coming down to Leather Pocket, too. I mean, we've had John Schmidt in the room. We had Alex Pagulain recently. We had Francisco Bustamante.
Yeah.
I think there's some works to bring some, I'm not going to say other names, but there is some stuff in the wind here about bringing some other just world-class players down here. So, and the fact that you can come down here and challenge them to play, you know, 1 pocket, 10 ball, 9 ball, don't matter. Like, how cool is that?
Yeah.
And they'll take time to do their pictures with you, and it's awesome.
Yeah. No, I agree. And Jason Klatt's in the room for this weekend.
We got my boy Eric Horlison here from Toronto.
Yeah, Eric.
He was up doing some lessons and clinics.
Yeah.
And I've heard nothing but incredible feedback about it. Justin was telling me this morning that he went to one of the 4-hour clinics there, and he's like, I got more out of that in 4 hours than my entire career playing pool. Like,
wow.
Yeah. So I said it. I said he used to teach my little brother Zachary, and I still consider Eric Horlison perhaps the best teacher that I have ever met of the game.
Really?
Like, he is that good. Most players or most teachers just, you know, hit it like this, hit it like me. I mean, Eric starts with the basics. This is why your cue is moving in your hand, like moves this, moves that, gets you square, and then you got something to go back and work on. I mean, his teachings of fundamentals are just unbelievable.
Wow.
So, yeah. So while he's here, if you get a chance and he's not playing a match and you'd like a lesson, schedule one up, because I know he does them online as well. But yeah, he's one of my Canadian heroes. I've been playing against him for
super good dude.
20 years, and I think I've won maybe 3 racks ever.
Well, welcome to it, Paul. Welcome to Q Sports Live. Yeah, an 8-ball, 9-ball. I mean, Calgary is a hotbed of 8-ball on the 7 foots. Yeah. And obviously, I mean, 9-ball has become incredibly popular.
I'm going to say it. It's the best caliber of bar box pool players I have ever seen.
I can't disagree.
Yeah.
I just can't.
We got 400s here that are subject to put a 3-pack on you. And it's stupid, man. It's so good, the caliber of player here.
Well, and I think you can look at international competitions to figure out that, right?
Yeah.
In Vegas, now there's a few other states in the U.S. that are coming on strong, but it used to be that if you were from Calgary, people hated playing you.
Well, yeah, I mean,
they didn't want to play you.
Our teams in the Masters, how many years in a row did they win it? You know?
Yeah. Right, but again, we're very spoiled. We're very blessed here to have the facilities that we do, because there's not just Leather Pocket.
No, there's multiple rooms.
Yeah, you've got even up in Edmonton, right? Top Shots up in Edmonton, Hidden Spot, Leather Pocket.
Yeah, Brian Butler's got himself a heck of a room up there in Edmonton.
I would say Ben and I talked about it yesterday. He says probably the best in Canada. I think it's best probably from Manitoba west.
Yeah. Because
you've got some dualies in Quebec and Montreal that are pretty swanky.
Well, and then you got Jim and John White's room there, Corner Bank in Toronto.
Yeah.
That's quite the pool room as well.
Yeah, it sure is. Tons of tables in that place. And I've heard they've expanded. They've got now kind of an outdoor seating area and all kinds of things going on there.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Well, Eric's going to clean this rack up.
Yeah, a couple of uncharacteristic like misses from both players in that rack.
Well, he shedded the sweater. He's like, it's time. I've given you your spot. Let's go.
Yeah.
Oh, Ben's playing on the table beside him. I saw
There you
Mr.
go.
Francis
Yep.
pop in and out of the
Yep.
screen there.
Yeah, the talent level here is so, and it's funny because now that I've kind of pulled away a little bit in terms of playing, it's amazing to see how many top quality at any given moment anybody can win type of players there are in this city.
100%. Yeah. 100%. Let's see if Eric figures the breakout here. He's come up dry twice, so he does not want that to continue. That's for sure. So he's got to either figure out how to hit it hard enough that he's making the 3 points and perhaps making the wing ball or getting that one ball to go to the side or something.
I've kind of found that the cut break isn't working. You almost have to come across the face of the one ball, right, on the opposite side. And that tends to, I mean, it spreads the rack all over the place. Not great for pattern play, but by doing so, it pushes those balls that are required to go up top, and you actually make a ball.
There you go. And that's the key here is you've got to make a ball.
Yeah, and you want to maintain control, right?
Because even if you don't have a great shot at the one ball, I mean, you still have control of the table. You can push. You can play it safe.
Yep.
You know. Tie something up so your opponent has to work his butt off to get out, you know. I don't think he's been catching it as square as he would like to. But kind of seems to be sliding off the side of the rack, so we'll see if he gets this one and squats the cue ball. That's a little better.
There you go.
Still came off the side of the rack a bit, though.
He did, and, I mean, he's not going to really love the shot on the 2 ball. He'll certainly like the fact that he has a shot on the 2 ball. Yeah. Doesn't have to push or play safe.
I don't think Cass is going to like his next shot here.
Yeah, well, it's tough to really lock up here.
I think he's going to go with the cue ball maybe down below the 9 ball there.
Yeah. Could do either which, right? The cue ball or the 2 ball. Send the cue ball up top in behind the top right. But either which way, this is not going to work out.
Yeah, I mean, he's got a safety, but it's a containing safety. I think Cass can see the edge of that too. He wanted to lock right up behind there. Yeah. I mean, even if he can't, he's got to jump.
Yeah, there's really not a lot you can do here either. I think he can see the outside edge. So I'd push the 2 into the 3. Oh, he has to jump.
He has to jump. I guess it's better than we thought. From our angle, it looked like half the ball was hanging out.
Yeah. Oh, hunting the 9 ball.
Yeah. And ends up real safe, too.
Yeah. I'm sure Eric's gonna start feeling a little frustrated. Right? Things, for the most part, have gone the way of Kaz Burns. But certainly, I mean, Eric's been in this position a billion times.
Yep. He's got a pretty good line here for a jump because he should naturally fall on the 3.
Yeah.
Because he got just a bit of angle.
Yeah. Tougher jump, getting up and down that quick on a 9-foot table.
Yep.
Especially, I believe he's got to go full ball.
Yeah, but when you're using a Nick's cue for jumping,
well, I mean, that is very true. That is very true.
When you're using one of Nick Innovation jump cues, I'm telling you right now, there's just nothing better on the planet. You show me one better, and I'll take the Pepsi Taste Challenge against it. I think even Busty's playing with one now.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, from when he was here. He never hit one before, and he's like, these things should be illegal. Like, look at this.
How'd you call it?
Right?
How'd you call it? What a shot.
Telling you, man, you can close your eyes. An XQ does the driving for you. It's awesome.
Sign me up. Although, I mean, for the amount I play, I don't know that it would be quite so worth it on my side to give up a BK rush or a BK jumper, whatever that one is.
Hey, I got me a BK rush finally.
You did?
Yes, sir. I switched from over to the dark side. Wow. What a difference, man.
Right?
I thought, no, I'm never giving up my BK2, but
Nope.
I'm glad I did.
Yeah.
that thing's
that's something
pretty
that,
awesome.
Yeah, I'll say with the utmost of confidence. As far as a break cue goes, there is nothing that compares to a rush.
Well, I'm very happy with it. Yeah, your wallet's a little sore after grabbing one, but you kind of see where the money, why they command such a price. Like,
yeah. Yeah, everything. I mean, it's just it's a testament to Nick, right? The man himself. Tyler says his cue from Nick is an absolute dream, and that's, to me, it's a testament of the man.
Yeah.
Right. The guy does nothing but quality work.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty awesome that we have a guy like that right here. And like
spoiled.
The best part about it is you don't even have to go to Nick. You just leave your shaft here with a note on it, and he picks it up and brings it back for you,
Yep.
or whatever you're doing. It's crazy.
6'9".
Oh, took a flyer at it.
Up the outside.
Yeah, tried the corner and missed.
I can't blame him. I mean, the position there from 5 to 6 was tough, and I think it did warrant the attempt.
Yeah, well, I think he might pay for that here. There's
that's
carom on the 9.
Big pocket for that 8 or for the 6.
And yeah, so I mean, he can play this two ways, like bang at the 9 and still have the 6 go right down to the corner and in off the 8.
Yeah,
that's exactly what he's looking at.
Yep.
Yeah, this may not have worked out too good for Eric. And I mean, 5-2, that's a mountain to climb.
It sure is, especially as having Kaz Burns as your opponent.
Look at that, and how'd he hit it?
How about perfect? Does perfect work? I think it might.
Yep, it certainly did.
I'm curious. I got to have a conversation with Nick about that. Let's put him up. Let's give him a little love.
There we go.
Speaking of the man, the myth, and the legend himself, if you're in the Calgary area, you know the number, 403-667-3173. If not, he will take your stuff from anywhere. Just ship it to him, give him a call, let him know you've shipped it, get his address, all those kinds of things. He'll get the work done and ship it back for you.
In a very timely fashion as well, I might add.
Well, I mean, at a fair price.
Yeah.
Right? I'm not going to say and kind of taint his reputation by saying he's cheap. Because cheap price typically says that the work is cheap. And
right.
I won't do that.
Yeah, no.
Right? Because Nick deserves better than that. But it's fair priced and outstanding work.
Yeah. Yeah. You're not going to be sorry. That's for sure.
No.
We got Kaz to break.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Kaz came to play today.
I think so.
Right?
Yeah, I think so.
Based on what you were saying, right? If he's outside before it even opens.
Yep. He is dialed in. Really, he's only missed one ball. Like, he missed 2. He missed the one ball in that one rack and a 7 ball.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But he's taking full advantages of any mistakes that Eric's making. He's not dry breaking. And here you go right here. We've got a wide open table and a perfect look at the 2.
Yeah.
This could easily be 6-2 right now.
He doesn't have to do anything. Pot to 1 ball.
Yeah.
It's auto shaped to the 2. Right, but he came in this morning and got himself equal to the task and prepared and ready.
I wonder if he's thinking of tilting Eric here a little bit and chasing after the 1-9. Because it's pretty lined up just to hit the 1 ball straight into the 9, and you'll end up safe. You'll go in behind the 5-3.
Yeah.
See what he does. No, he was just going at it.
A little on the outside, a little disappointed in himself on that one. But again, when you're shooting, a ball from 8 feet and trying to slow roll it,
it's tough.
It's a tough ask, no matter who you are. right? I almost would have popped that in there,
Yeah.
right? Put it in with just a little bit of more of an authoritative stroke.
There you go, yeah.
Yeah, nice shot there from Eric. Is it going to leak?
Look at this. It's gone right in the window.
Oh, Kaz might have to use the jump cue here.
Yeah.
I think he's got maybe an eighth of that 9 ball to get over. It's certainly an easier jump shot than being full ball.
And where he has to hit the 1 ball, that he might be pretty close to wired up for that 8 combination.
I was just going to say, yeah, is the 1-8 wired? Yeah, absolutely, Paul. And believe me, by saying that we're spoiled here in Calgary and so on and so forth, I'm certainly not drawing conclusions that there's not great players anywhere else.
Oh, there are tons of players down in the States, I mean, that are just fantastic.
Most of the men's pros are in the States.
Yeah.
Right now, there's a small difference as far as population goes. So, excuse me. So I think, per capita, we may compete. But definitely not on overall and sheer numbers.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they know, but some of your cities, like Chicago, bigger cities, have more of a population than the entire of Canada put together from Ontario over to Vancouver.
Yeah.
Like there's only a couple of million people in Winnipeg, like in Manitoba, a couple million people in Saskatchewan, few million people in Calgary.
Well, really, I mean, the difference is a 10x population, right?
Yeah.
We have roughly 35 million people in Canada.
Yeah.
They have 385 million in the U.S.
Right. But I'm just saying, like, New York has more of a population than almost our country.
Right? Then you really blow your mind thinking that China's got over 1 billion.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's just amazing that such a small population here, we generate so many good players. That's all we're saying.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, and some really high caliber, high talent players.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But it's to me, it's more than talent. It's the willingness to compete. It's the willingness to play.
Yep.
Is this a 1-3?
He hit it just
perfect.
about perfect.
Whoa, needs it to slow up.
Wow. Didn't get it.
That ball just kept on rolling.
No love for Mr. Vargas.
I can't believe that ball didn't stop. But here again, right? That is the diamond table.
Yep. And we don't worry about anything on debris and stuff on our tables. Our buddy Ben Francisco is here every single morning. The tables get washed, vacuum, brushed. I mean, the balls are polished after like almost every match. Like you play on perfect equipment when you come to play at Leather Pocket.
It is true. Yeah, Tyler, he is that guy. Right?
Yeah, no doubt about it.
That is just who Nick is. He's salt of the earth, to be fair.
Yeah.
Right?
It's the best way to put it.
Yeah.
Kaz has gone to his extension here.
So
try to carve this 1 ball in. That's a reach.
That is a reach all the way from uptown.
Eric Orlifson would still have bent elbows shooting this shot, but not too many others.
Oh, look at that. What a safety.
Wow. And he's glued to it, too.
Yeah, he's welded right up to it. That makes the hit tough. That 9 ball takes away a lot of opportunity.
It sure does.
Right? I think with tangent line being where it is, should be about here. So he's got to hit here and try to go. I don't think he can.
I don't even think you can.
Yeah, he's just going to tie up the 5 ball. Wow, full punishment.
Scratched.
Right?
Hi-ya. Well, just goes to show you, a good safety's a home run.
Yeah, it certainly can be. No question.
I'm kind of surprised that he's playing it this way. Personally, I think the easier way wouldn't you think, is just to shoot the one ball up to the top right corner and kind of follow through for the two instead of trying to draw it table length?
I think he doesn't. Yeah, I think he really, at the end of the day, he's only got to draw like 2 diamonds.
I mean, he gets there, but I mean, that's a lot harder to control than just following it up. You know, I don't know, for me anyway. But what do I know?
more than the average grizzly bear.
My knowledge, along with a loony, you get you on a bus.
Right? You and me both, though, man. I might be the short bus.
God, windows taste good.
Right? And thank you, Keith. Appreciate you stopping in for sure. And it is always this atmosphere that you saw when you were here yesterday. It is like that 7 days a week.
Yeah. Crazy.
Well, you know, there is still some of that atmosphere here in Calgary, right? I mean, this is why, again, right, we're blessed on both sides, where we've got a lot of players that are willing to kind of throw their money in. And to me, when I was coming up and playing, that was just paying the dues, right? To me, it wasn't, I'm not going to waste my money because those guys over there, you know, they always win. I looked at it this way. Where else can I go play, pay a guy $20 to give me lessons?
Yeah, right?
Right? It just doesn't, you don't get that kind of value, right? And that's how I looked at it.
Especially nowadays. I mean, a chocolate bar costs $6 now. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? And you get to play against, I mean, so what? You lose.
Yeah.
That's part of the game. In every contest, in every sport, there's a winner and a loser.
That's it.
So, I mean, but you can come in here, play, you know, Eric Cass, Eric Horlifson, Ben Francis, Jay Klatt, and you're playing some of the best players our country has ever spawned for a couple of bucks in the grand scheme of things.
Right.
And learning how the game is supposed to be played.
And to be fair, I think if you flipped your perspective, instead of saying, "Oh, I'm just donating my money," just flip that perspective and say, "Look, I'm paying to learn, and when you're there sitting in your chair watching them run you out and win, pay attention to how they're doing it."
Yeah, pay attention.
That's what you're paying the money for.
Right. Because you're going to look at it, and I always say, do your own commentary in your head and say, oh, he's going to get low on this 4-ball to play it in the side, and you'll be surprised he'll go high to play it in the corner because it's easier to get on the next ball, and you'll kind of teach yourself as you go. And the greatest thing, too, is after the matches are over, you can walk up to these guys and say, you know, great shooting. How do I do this? And they'll tell you. They'll sit and talk with you for 20 minutes and have a coffee with you and help you out.
So here's the thing, right, is all the side conversations that happen around the room, right? There are so many golden nuggets of information that get tossed around. Just showing up and listening to that will give you those golden nuggets 100%. And you'll be a better player.
And go try them out.
Yeah.
Watch how they stroke the ball. Go try it out.
Yeah, you can't get stuck in that mindset of, oh, I'm just donating my money. You're donating your money. If you put your money in, you come, you don't pay attention, you don't ask questions, you lose and you leave.
Yep.
Yes, in that scenario,
you're definitely
donating your money.
100%.
Right? I look at it the other way. I'm going to pay to learn. And that's, I'll tell you, back in the day, 68th Street Pub, for those, I know Derek Moore's on, he'll remember it. I went week after week after week after week getting my head kicked in.
Yep.
Because that was the tournament in that day, right? You had Ray Barry there, Derek Moore, Bernie Mickelson, all the big names, Russ Whittle, right? All the big names in Calgary. That's where they played every week.
Yep.
I wanted to get better, so I didn't look at it like I'm going to donate my money to them. I'm going there and I'm paying lessons, and I'm going to get nuggets of information from Russ Whittle and Bernie Mickelson and, you know, all those great players.
Yeah.
Right?
And I mean, how do you put a price on that? You know, we had our joint back home too in Kitchener Waterloo. It was called Sammy's Garage, and you went down there for the weekly 8-ball or 9-ball tournaments, and we had Kirk Stevens, Floyd Ziegler, you know, Rob Brandenburg, all those guys down there, and it was the same thing. You knew you weren't going to go anywhere in the tournament, but where are you going to go play the number 3 snooker player in the world for $10?
Right.
You know, so that's a great break. So I think Eric's got it figured out now. Is he eclipsed by the 2-ball, though?
I think he is eclipsed.
He's not going to want to push out on this one. That's for sure. There is no push for this ball.
He's going for this, right? Rail first, as you just saw him measure it up. The danger here is the scratch in the right hand.
Yeah. Or if he doesn't get enough on it and gets it a little thick, the 8-ball is pretty big too. You don't want to end up behind that.
Yes, sorry guys. Got caught up. See how close that came?
Yep.
Got caught up in the conversation, forgot to adjust the score. Appreciate it. And touche, right? I mean, good on Eric there. He kind of got a little bit of luck going back his way. I think he needs it.
It kind of looked to me like after he shot, he was going safety the whole way there. Cause,
that very well could have been.
Yeah, he hit that ball real thick.
Yep.
There should be no problem for Cass to hit. Just see where it ends up.
Yeah, I think that'll work for Eric. Really, that's about all you could do, you know, with what Cass was facing there.
Yeah, as long as you're not giving up ball in hand, you're still in the fight, you know.
Yeah, I mean it's a hit and a hope, really. At the end of the day, it's an educated hit and hope, but it's still a hit and a hope.
I would agree with that.
Right, no matter how educated you are, or what the intention is, there is the element that it's always a hit and a hope.
Yeah, you have a rough idea where the ball's going to go, but
I
mean, you can't control a millimeter.
No.
You know what I mean? And that's all it takes to be off, you know, and not get your desired outcome.
Correct. Well, we'll see how Eric, you know, we'll see. He's been in this position many times, but we'll see how he handles the pressure of down 6-2. I would venture to say he has to win this game.
Oh, 100%.
Right? If he doesn't win this game, I think mentally he may check out a little bit just out of pure frustration.
Well, yeah, and I think, you know, if this match was winner breaks, you can turn the tide pretty easy on a winner break, but with alternating break, Cass is going to run tables. You know, so.
Well, I mean, listen, Cass is going to do what Cass is supposed to do and try to drive the nail in the coffin.
Oh, yeah. Well, he's already switched to 5th gear here. Like, he's keeping his foot on Eric's neck. Like, he's not giving up an inch. So. Yeah. And that's what you got to do in this game.
Oh, no question.
You let off even for 1 minute, that can be death on a stick.
Yep. All right. Well, I mean, nothing in the way here. But we've seen this 2 or 3 times already.
Yep, down to the 7-ball. Wants to get a little bit, I was going to say, wow. I thought for sure he'd roll through that ball rather than trying to stop it.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, now he's pretty straight.
Well, and you're on that wrong angle. He might have to draw this and go 2 rails because I don't like pushing through.
No. I like being about 1.5 feet lower than the cue ball is and just use that long rail naturally. Come out for the 8.
Yeah. Brings in the 9-ball.
Yeah, and how big was that 9 there? I mean, no harm, no foul. He still has a look at the 8-ball, but I mean, you hit that 9-ball square, and that could have ended up real ugly.
Well, I mean, it's kind of likened to this, right? You're trying to build momentum for yourself, right? And if you were in a vehicle and you're nudging a tree or you're nudging another car, right? You're slowing your momentum down. That's exactly the same thing as what happens here, right? Your intention is not to hit the 9-ball. You nudge the 9-ball. Okay, mental check, mental note. I came out wrong. I rattled this ball, right? All of those little nudges keep you from optimizing the momentum that you want to build.
Exactly. And I mean, well, he negotiates it perfect.
Of course.
But see, here's another decision. He's jacked up.
Yeah.
I mean, no problem, but I'm kind of just hitting that ball.
Yeah.
I'm not jacking up to hit that ball. So.
And Tyler, you're 100% correct in kind of that statement that you'd go watch them play and you try to commentate and say, okay, I think he's going to do this pattern or this play. And I'll tell you, do you ever learn a lot?
Yeah.
By watching what the high caliber players do, why they pattern things the way that they do. And when you're sitting there saying, okay, if I was at the table, I'd do this, and they do the opposite, there's a reason for that.
Yeah.
Right? And just watch how simplistic they make the game look, and it's all by pattern play.
And I think by doing your own commentary in your head, it sticks easier for the next time you come across that shot. You're like, oh, no, well, Horlefson or Vargas did this to get above this ball.
That's it.
You know?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I mean, it's such a great way to learn. The other trick to it, record yourself playing.
Yeah.
Best advice I ever got.
Well, you can see if you lift up or if
you
you're
can see everything.
Chicken winged or whatever. I mean, yeah, it's invaluable.
You get to see exactly how you approach each shot, the ball, the table, stance, stroke, alignment, everything.
Yeah, and I mean, what do you get a cell phone tripod on Amazon now for about $9 or something? You know,
like honestly, it's one of the single best things you could ever do for your own game.
Or Temu.
Yeah,
Sweatshop Direct, baby.
Right. Well, and Eric does have the run of the table here. I mean, 3 ball is going to be tricky, but if he can get above it, I think it might go past the 4. Maybe. Kind of hard to tell from here, but we'll see how he plays it.
It does look like there's enough room.
Yeah. I mean, it's on the rail. It's glued to the rail.
Oh, has he overhit this into the side again?
Sure has.
Eric, my man, he's shaking his head.
Yeah.
The struggle is real for Mr. Vargas today.
Yeah. I'm telling you, that was me in my match yesterday, except I scratched more often than I didn't.
Wow.
It was exactly. I swear my table had 10 pockets. And the cue ball found it every time.
Yeah, well, I mean, in all fairness, you can't be too hard on yourself. You put your cue together 3 times in the last year.
Yeah.
You know, so
yeah.
I know you're not coming in here expecting to snap it off. It was just supporting Mr. Len.
That's it. It's
and the room.
100%. I want to support the pool community. Obviously, this is one that's, fairly near and dear to my heart. Len and I were fairly decent with each other and good friends, and I want to make sure that I support him.
Absolutely.
Right, and it goes even beyond that now for me, right, is to show support for Sonia, right, now that she's kind of worked her way through things, and Jim and the pool community, and, that's why I showed up. It's certainly not to be a threat on the pool table.
Yeah.
Not anymore. Not anymore.
Just want to point out, this is the 3rd time now in this match where Eric is scratched, Cass has had ball in hand, and almost scratched back, getting shape.
Yep,
he did once, and the other 2 times he's tickled the horn on that side pocket.
Yeah. Yeah.
Surprising.
Extremely, because you would think with ball in hand, you'd not.
Yeah, you're nowhere near danger,
and you shouldn't be. But he's handled it well.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, he's, like we said earlier, right? He's doing what he needs to do.
I'm just wondering if they're just both struggling with the speed of this table.
It
is pretty fast.
100%, right? Difference being yesterday was a little bit cooler. Today we've got the sun out. Temperatures are starting to come up.
Yep.
This table's going to play real quick.
Oh, yeah.
Towards the end of the day.
Oh, yeah. I noticed a lot more consistent playing in the tables now that we got the Predator Arena lights over them, too. They kind of stay at the same temperature. Yeah, it's pretty nice.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Yeah, he didn't want to rub that 9.
Found his way into the face of the 9 ball.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of cutting this ball down to the corner either.
No, I kind of tend to think this would be a bank. Maybe even a safety, right?
Yeah.
chip off the 6, send it to the middle of the bottom rail, send the cue ball up top.
Yeah, try to get it up around the 8 ball. Just you don't want to force anything here.
Yeah, just like that. That's going to leak.
Again, though, we're getting down to the 6-7 ball, and that's where the mistake is being made.
That's it. Yeah, it seems to be that, and it's for both of them.
Both of them, yeah.
Same mental block on both.
Yeah. Both struggling.
It's not a mental block, a mental hurdle.
And I mean, they're getting to the 6-7 ball with ease on some really hard shots, too.
There's the kick and stick he's looking for.
Yeah,
that's exactly what he's needing.
Just about perfect, too.
So therein lies your confidence booster. You start to say, okay, I can forget the nudges that are slowing down my will to proceed, so to speak.
Yeah. He is so good at those kick and stick shots.
Yeah, he is.
Cass is pretty good here, too. He's got a 2-rail kick at it. Oh, you must be able to see it.
No, he's going up and over.
Oh, he's going over. Okay.
Yeah.
Thought he had his playing cue in his hand.
Is this? Oh, I was going to say, if
Look
that
at
got
this.
by the 9 ball, I thought that's going dead into the heart.
Gets away with it.
Yeah. Same type of safety that we've seen before. Just chip off the 6, send it to the bottom. Cue ball back up top.
Yeah, I think Eric will go opposite. I think he's going to push the 6 ball up table and bring the cue ball down to the bottom.
Perhaps.
No, he did go the other way.
Still going to leak.
Yep.
But
I think
the intention there is simply create distance.
Create distance, yeah. I just never like leaving. Me personally, if I'm going to kick a ball away or play a safety away, I don't want the object ball going anywhere near the 9 ball to possibly leave that 6-9 combo or anything, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or something crazy that can happen. And I mean, he tried the kick and stick. Hit it really, really well. The cue ball leaked out a little bit, so Eric's got to look at the 6 ball here.
Yeah. Tyler says, where's the jam up jersey for these guys? I just got mine in the mail, and I have to say, best jersey I've ever had. So comfortable and made amazing. Well, thank you, Tyler. That's a pretty glowing review. We definitely appreciate it. And believe me, we have put in a ton of time, effort, and money to get that jersey to where it is today. That jersey that you just got, think of it this way: it's 7 years of development, research, money out the doors.
And I was up all night sewing it, so.
I personally wasn't, but somebody was.
Yeah, they make me sit in this dark room with my sewing machine, and so I hope you enjoy it.
Yeah, it's
no, they are the best of the best.
Yeah, it's taken us a long time to get to that point, but I think the juice was worth the squeeze because now I again, my opinion is probably bias.
Yeah, I like that. That's a great analogy.
It is.
I really like that. I'm going to use that.
Mm-hmm. Always, if the juice is not worth the squeeze, don't do the squeeze.
Yeah,
right.
Plain and simple, right?
It's really basic, but it's a good one. Looking for that kick and stick again.
Oh, Mr. Francis is already walking into the back room here, so his opponent is sitting out in the parking lot, I'm sure.
Yeah, they're on the bees high.
Yep. He says he got lucky.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Wink, wink, double nudge, right?
We'll check the bracket after to see how lucky you got.
Yeah, exactly. I won 9-3. How lucky am I? Yeah.
Another
tester.
Yep.
Ooh, bobbles it, but it finds its way.
And goes 50-yard line, eh?
Of course. But you know what? It's actually not terrible.
You
can back cut that. I know it's to the blind corner, to the bottom left. But you can back cut that, and you're almost guaranteed, no matter what way you hit that, to get shape on the 8. Right? You can draw into it. You can go forward 3.
Yeah. He's probably just going to draw straight across. Oh, it wiped its feet too, but it went. Another one, man. if he gets out here, that was very well deserved because he's hit 2 shots up till now that were pretty tough, and
Yeah.
he hasn't left himself a lollipop here either. So
No, but on this shot, I don't want to do too much. Just make the 8, slide across to the right, take the longer cut on the 9 ball. Don't try to do too much.
yeah,
Right?
yep,
Give yourself a shot at the 9 ball.
yeah, it's cuttable from just about anywhere on the right side of the table. So, or you can just pure it in at 100 miles an hour and get perfect.
Just slam it in there. No
and Eric
problem.
says, "Go sit down."
Yeah,
You
get
don't
out of
need
my
to
way.
shoot
It's my
that one,
break.
kid.
Hello there, Christine. It is Mr. Ryan Murray joining me on the mic. Or I'm joining him on the mic. That's probably better. I am now just part of the furniture. I'm the janitor.
Seven three.
Yeah, this is a tall task.
Danny says, "You got this, cuz." I think Mr. Mike Crookedneck was tuning in earlier too, cheering for Kaz.
Yes.
Well, it is definitely poop or get off the pot time for Mr. Vargas here.
Yeah, I would agree. And just really, I think it's more just the mental yips this morning.
Yeah.
That's it. I mean, we all know that Eric's got all kinds of talent and full capacity to give Kaz Burns everything he can handle. But it's been quite the flip, right?
Yep.
I think Eric had more mental yips in this game than or in this match than I've seen him have for a long time.
Yeah. And I mean, me personally, if I'm playing in a big tournament, I want the monster first thing in the morning before they've played all day. Because this is what happens.
Yeah,
you don't know who's going to show up.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
But you catch Eric at 4:30 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
I hope your flight's booked.
Yeah. So true. Oh, nice weight.
Even that one's going to leak out on. He
Yep.
is really, really
He's
struggling,
struggling.
Cass, with the speed. But again, so is Eric.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's no picnic here. I mean, he might not even go for this. He might be putting the cue ball behind the 3.
See, and I think he
Yeah.
could have gone for that if you want my honest opinion, right? If he hits that, and you want to hit it at pace, right? Stick the cue ball, you're onto the 2, and if the 1 misses, right?
Yeah.
I think, I think he could have taken the aggressive approach, and I think Eric needs to. You can't sit back on your heels and expect the game to be delivered to you.
Yeah,
you kind of got to try to kick the door in here.
At 7-3, the last thing you want is Kaz coming to the table with a shot. I mean, even if it's a low percentage one. Like,
Yeah.
Because look at this.
This is what happens, right?
Right?
It's exactly what happens. Now, Eric just has to flick the extremely left side of that 1, and he'll be good.
But he is going to open the 1 and 3.
He is, and that's good, though.
Yeah. Oh, he wired up.
Oh,
Combo wired up.
oh no. He did not want that. He was playing safe all day.
He was playing safe 100% there.
Just nothing going right for
He didn't actually go
Eric.
down and see if that lined up, though, eh?
Did not.
And that's the first time we haven't seen Eric take his stroll around the table.
Yeah, and he gets fully punished. Oh, and he then whiffs on the 1.
Yeah, he is.
Oh, I'm just so going to hate the B side.
Well, buddy, there's a good chance you'll be on the C side pretty quick anyway.
I'll be on the mic for the rest of the day.
You never know. You might get hot over there.
Well, I can hold my own. I think still on the 7 foot, but it's painful. It's really painful.
It's a long day.
My shoulders, I've got bursitis, tendonitis, and torn rotator cuff in both.
Yeah.
So playing pool is literally painful, and sometimes painful for my opponent. Yeah. But
I'm not even going to ask why your arms are so beat up. I've got a pretty good idea, but
yeah, it's a life of labor and construction and all of that kind of jazz.
Yeah. Well, I know you were pretty happy when you we're finally able to stop doing that and
Well, now
concentrate on doing the things you love with jam up and things like that. So,
yeah, and unfortunately, I'm kind of back into it again.
oh, are you?
Well, you know that's the hailstorm that hit, right? My house got hit, obviously, right? And so I called up. I've maintained my relationships in the construction industry, and called up a friend of mine and said, hey, add me onto the list.
Yeah.
And of course, myself and all the neighbors and friends that I've got, and yada yada yada. So, I mean, he's out of his mind busy, and he called me and said, hey, would you be interested in maybe coming and doing some service work and that kind of thing? And I really didn't want to.
Leave me alone.
Right? But
yeah, it's good to get out of the house too in the spring.
Well, and for the deal they put on the table, I couldn't say no.
Yeah, well, that's the other thing, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to make you a deal you can't refuse.
It was exactly that. So, being that it's service work, I don't have to go out every day.
Yeah. Still, good stuff. All good things.
Yeah, and I kind of do jam up, during the not so nice days, which is totally fine, and then in the evenings, weekends. So,
yep.
My life is nothing but work. But
and then the boys and the wife. Take care of the wife's honey-do list as well.
Yeah.
If she's anything like mine, for some reason, when they say there's only, there's no such thing as infinite, that's a lie.
Well,
my honey-do list, I can finish it, and it gets longer the next day. Like, I just don't understand it.
I don't know how you ever finish it. I don't have a honey-do list. I have a honey-do novel.
Look at this. Cass makes short work of that table.
He does, and on the hill.
To the hill, he says.
Now, getting to the hill is one thing. Closing escrow, that is a different kettle of fish.
Yes, indeed.
Especially closing escrow on this match against an opponent like Eric Vargas with a scoreline of 8-3.
He's got to feel good going into this. I mean, I'll guarantee you, when Cass was playing this morning, he was not expecting to be up 8-3 on Eric Vargas.
Look, when I jumped in, I said this has every bit of makings to go as a slugfest.
Yeah.
Right? Eric wins one, Cass wins one, Eric wins one, Cass wins one, right?
Yep.
That's how I expected it to go.
I've played Cass a number of times, and I've won a couple, but there's a couple of matches that we've had in tournaments where he just played perfect. Yeah, he's steady Eddie.
I'm telling you, he is a very talented player.
And his younger brother, Cody, I play him in league too.
Cody can play.
He's coming along as well. I mean, Cody plays real strong.
Yeah.
And I remember a couple of years ago playing against Cody, and, so
He's
where he's come from there till now is crazy.
Yeah, not going to get a real good look at the one ball here, but, it is setting up the stages here for a safety.
Yeah, he's got a really nice, easy safety here to get behind the 6, send the cue, or one ball, 2 rails down.
You got it.
And even if it leaks out, I mean, depending on where the one finishes, that 7 and 9 and 3 ball are going to be huge as well. So
it's true.
Yeah, see, Elaine says, happy wife, happy life. And that is true. I'm just surprised there's not one that goes the other way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And if it's in my wife, it's like, happy husband, what's he been up to?
Yes.
So I don't understand why there is not one that goes the other way.
There should be one that goes the other way. That I agree with.
That's a nice little shot there. Again, should be not too hard for Kaz to hit this one. Actually, might even be potable if he goes off the long rail to the left.
He might have to go 2 rails.
Yeah, I think he's going to catch the bottom rail before it. If he goes kind of almost like you were going to hit this with a, well, he's going the other way anyway, so it's a dead issue. He's going to try the kick and stick.
I do like your shot, though, right? because it makes the one ball a little bit bigger by going off 2 rails.
Yeah, and I think if you get it thick, you kick it up table. If you get it thin, your cue ball's coming up table, and if you hit it perfect, you make it, right?
Yeah.
So
there you go. Aaron says, happy spouse, happy house.
Oh, well, there you go. But that still could be talking about the wife, Aaron. Like, we need one that says, happy husband, you know, something.
Elaine says, there is one. Unhappy husband would be happy if he did the list.
That's it. I'm out.
Right? That's it. We're done. That was good.
Yeah, I like that. Tyson. My wife doesn't let me do anything, man. I do what I want to do. I'm the man of that house because if she complains, I make her wash the toilets herself.
Ooh,
I stop doing it.
She's not listening to this, is she?
No.
She doesn't know you're on the mic, huh?
If she watches this later, anyone out there have a couch I can stay on tonight?
Wow.
Just in case my wife is tuned in.
What happened there with Eric?
Yeah, he done it again. Just got a little careless with the cue ball.
Yeah. He's just sealed his own fate here, I think. I think this is the beginning of the end here.
Yeah, I think so too. Tyson, you're a true friend.
Recorded this for playback later for her. That's funny. Oh, Eric, I feel for you, my friend. Good hit.
Look at this.
Good hit. Not going to get the reward, I don't think.
Oh,
I am sitting corrected.
Wow.
Touche, sir.
Yeah.
Good battle back.
So you're telling me there's a chance.
You're right here. Hold my beer.
Wow. I think Kaz can flick the edge of this, but
oh, how do we get these spams in here all the time? Sorry, guys. I will get rid of this momentarily.
He's going to flick the edges, come back up table. Oh, he's caught it. The dreaded double kiss.
Please do not click on any of those links.
Got a bit of a predicament here. He might actually, he's going to have to play this to the top left because if he back cuts it, he's going to run into the 7, send the 7 ball over. So, yeah, he's going to back cut it anyway. Maybe he feels confident that he can hit the 7 square and control it. I'm just thinking if he pushes this to the center rail, that could have gone real bad, but he's negotiated that perfectly.
Sorry, I had a bot in chat that I needed to get rid of. Well, I did speak too soon.
Yeah, he got a good roll there. Without that roll, that might have been it.
Good hit, though. Really well done on the hit, I gotta say.
Yes, Keith, my wife loves me long time. Her life is never boring, that's for sure.
All right, Eric. Bury it.
You got to do it, son.
Yeah. Ain't nothing to it but to do it.
Is he playing this on the side?
I don't think so. Oh,
wow,
my
wow.
Goodness.
Well,
what happened there?
I have seen enough to know that I have seen too much.
I think we've seen it all.
Yeah, wow, okay. Well, Eric's going to have to shake that one off and get her done from the B side.
And you know what?
Well done, Cass.
It just goes to show you that even the big heavy guns have off days.
You got it. You got it. There's no other explanation. I mean,
wow.
I mean, you'd expect him to make that 100 out of 100 times.
Wow. Yeah. I mean,
Okay. Well,
What do you say, right? You say this, hey, thank you for tuning in, everybody. On behalf of myself, Ryan Murray, and the rest of the Q Sports Live team, we appreciate you tuning in. Don't go far. More action coming your way next.
Just going to grab a tea. We'll be back.
Indeed. We'll see you in a few.